everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English channel. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Jason.
I am truly so happy you are here with us today. If you are new here, well, welcome to the family. And if you have been listening for a while, thank you.
Seriously, you guys keep us going.
On this podcast, we help you learn real English, not just grammar rules, not just vocabulary lists, but the kind of English that actually helps you in real conversations, real situations, real life.
And today's topic? Well, it's one of the most important ones we have ever talked about.
I truly believe that, because this one thing, this one simple shift can change everything about how you learn English.
No pressure then.
No pressure at all. Actually, let's just get right into it. So, Jason, I want to start with a question. Have you ever studied something for a long time, but still felt like you were not, improving?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Actually, when I was trying to learn Spanish, I studied for almost a year. I had notebooks full of vocabulary, I knew the basic grammar, I could read simple sentences, no problem.
So, what happened when you actually spoke to someone?
It was like the person was speaking at, well, double speed. I understood maybe one word out of every 10. I just stood there with this confused smile.
You just smiled and nodded.
I nodded so much, my neck actually hurt.
This is such a common experience, and it is so frustrating. You put in all that work, you study, you practice, but the moment real spoken English appears, your brain just cannot keep up.
And the worst part is, you start thinking something is wrong with you. Like, why am I so bad at this?
But here's the truth. There is nothing wrong with you. The problem is not your intelligence or your vocabulary. The problem is, well, where you are putting your practice.
What do you mean by that?
Most English learners train their eyes, but they never train their ears.
Their ears?
Stay with me here. This is going to make a lot of sense in just a few minutes. Let me describe something. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You sit down to study English. You open a textbook, you read grammar explanations, you highlight new words, you do exercises, and then you check your answers.
That sounds like school. Actually, that sounds like every learner I know.
Right? Or maybe you watch an English movie or TV show, but you have the subtitles on, and you follow along reading every single word.
And honestly, it feels like it is working because, well, you understand everything.
That is exactly the trap. It feels like listening practice, but it isn't. When the subtitles are on, your brain takes the easy path. It reads, it does not listen. Your eyes do the work while your ears do nothing.
So you think you are training your listening, but you are actually just reading very fast?
Exactly. And this is such an important point. Your brain always chooses the easiest option. If your eyes can handle it, they will. Your ears will just sit back and relax.
That is sneaky. The brain is very sneaky.
It is trying to protect you from discomfort. But that discomfort, that is exactly where the growth happens. Now, let's talk about why real spoken English sounds so fast and, well, confusing to many learners.
Because it does sound fast. Even to me, and I am a native speaker. Some accents or styles of speech can really trip me up.
So first, spoken English is different from written English. When people write, they think carefully. They use complete sentences, every word is clear. But when people speak, they connect words together, they drop sounds, they use contractions and short forms constantly.
Like how did you sounds like didja.
Exactly. Nobody says, did you eat yet? They say, did you eat yet?
Or I am going to becomes I'm gonna.
Or want to becomes wanna. Have to becomes have to. Coulda becomes coulda.
So these are not mistakes.
No, these are how native speakers actually talk. every single day, in every conversation, at work, with friends. And if your ears have only been trained on slow, clear, written English, real speech sounds like, well, a completely different language.
That explains so much. I've had students tell me, Sophia, I understand you perfectly, but when I watch American TV shows, I hear nothing.
Yes, because on this podcast, we speak slowly and clearly. We pause, we separate our words. That is helpful for learning, but it is not how most English sounds in the real world.
So the goal is to train your ears to handle real English, not just classroom English.
That is the goal exactly. Here's something that most English courses never talk about, and I think this is so important. Your ears learn through patterns, not rules.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when a baby learns their first language, do they study grammar?
No, they just hear it over and over.
Right. For months, sometimes over a year, a baby hears language constantly. They do not understand it at first, but their brain is absorbing the patterns, the rhythm, the sounds. Then, one day, meaning starts to appear, not because someone explained a rule, but because the brain has heard enough patterns to start making connections.
So let me think. The understanding comes after the listening, not before.
Yes, and this is the opposite of how most people learn. Most learners try to understand first and then listen, but it should be the other way around. Listen first, understanding follows.
That is a big mindset shift.
It is. And it is uncomfortable at first because sitting with confusion feels wrong. It feels like you are failing, but you are not failing. Your ears are working. Your brain is collecting data.
Like your phone collecting GPS data in the background even when you're not looking at the screen.
Yes, that is a perfect analogy. Your brain is processing even when you feel like you are lost.
So I should not panic when I do not understand something.
That is so important. The panic is the enemy. When you freeze and think, I don't understand this, your brain shuts down. It stops collecting. But when you stay calm and just keep listening, even through the parts you cannot follow, your brain keeps absorbing. It keeps building the pattern library.
The pattern library. I love that phrase.
Think of it like a music library. When you first hear a song, you might not know all the words, but you recognize the melody, the rhythm feels familiar, and each time you hear it, more words come into focus.
And eventually you know the whole song without ever studying the lyrics.
Exactly. Language works the same way. Your ears collect melodies, rhythms, stresses, patterns, and slowly the meaning becomes attached.
So even when I feel lost, I'm actually building something.
Every single time, every minute of listening, even confused listening, is adding to your ears' vocabulary. The connections are forming. You just cannot see the progress yet.
Like planting seeds. You do not see anything for weeks. Then one morning, boom, green shoots everywhere.
That is a beautiful way to say it. And it's true. There will be a morning when English suddenly feels different, clearer, slower, more familiar. And you won't even know exactly when it happened, because growth is quiet until it's not. Okay, let's get practical. How do you actually do this? What does ear training look like in real life?
This is what I really want to know.
Step 1, listen without subtitles. This is the most important step, and I know it is uncomfortable. You will not understand everything. That's okay. Your job in this step is not to understand, your job is to hear.
So just listen, without trying to, decode every word.
Without trying to decode every single word, just let the sounds come in. Step 2, listen again. This time, focus on a smaller piece, maybe 30 seconds. Listen for any words you recognize. Notice how the speaker connects words.
And still no subtitles?
Still no subtitles. Step 3, try to repeat what you heard. This is called shadowing. You do not need to understand perfectly. You just mimic the sounds. This trains your mouth and your ears together.
I have tried shadowing before. It feels strange at first, like you are just copying sounds without knowing what they mean.
And that feeling is okay, because sound recognition comes before meaning. Step 4. Now you can check. Read the transcript or turn on subtitles. See what you missed.
And then listen one more time with that new understanding?
Exactly. One final listen. Now, everything sounds clearer. Your brain has connected the sound to the meaning.
So the process is listen for patterns, listen again for details, shadow the sounds, then check and listen again.
4 steps, about 10 to 15 minutes. You do not need hours. You need consistency. 10 minutes every day is more powerful than 2 hours once a week.
That is manageable. Even I could do that.
Let's talk about what to listen to, because, well, this matters.
Not everything is useful for ear training, right?
Right, especially at the beginning. Start with material that is slightly above your level, but not impossible. If you understand nothing, your brain cannot make connections. If you understand everything, your ears are not being challenged. The sweet spot is you understand about 60 to 70%.
So podcasts like this one are a good start?
This podcast is a great start. As you improve, move to faster, more natural content. News podcasts, storytelling podcasts, conversations between 2 native speakers.
What about movies and TV shows?
They are excellent, but they are harder. The speech is fast. The background noise makes it difficult. I would suggest starting with podcasts or interviews and moving to shows once your ears are stronger.
Build the foundation first.
Always. Let's try a quick exercise together. I'm going to say a phrase the way a native speaker says it. Jason, your job is to repeat it. Listeners, you try too.
Ready.
What are you going to do this weekend?
What are you going to do this weekend?
Good. Now, here's how it actually sounds in natural speech. What you gonna do this weekend?
What you gonna do this weekend?
Could you pass me that?
Could you pass me that?
Natural version. Could you pass me that?
Could you pass me that? Okay, that is wild.
I should have called you earlier.
I should have called you earlier.
Natural version. I should have called you earlier.
These sound so different on paper versus out loud.
And that's exactly why reading alone is not enough. You can memorize should have all you want, but if you've never heard shoulda, your ears will not recognize it in real speech. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about mindset. Because, well, ear training requires patience, and most learners give up too soon.
Because it feels slow.
It feels very slow. There is no dramatic moment where suddenly everything becomes clear. It is gradual. It is subtle. But one day, and this really happens, you are watching something in English, no subtitles, and you realize you understand.
I remember when that happened with Spanish. I was watching a show and I caught a whole sentence without reading. I literally said, "Wait, did I just understand that?"
That moment is real, and it is coming for every single person listening to us right now. But you have to put in the quiet work first, the daily 10 minutes, the uncomfortable listening without subtitles, the patience with yourself.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. Your ears are more capable than you think. They just need training. Let's quickly recap what we covered today. Number 1. Most English learners train their eyes, not their ears. Number 2. Real spoken English sounds different from written English. Number 3. Your ears learn through patterns and repetition. Number 4. The 4-step method. Listen, listen again, shadow, then check.
And consistency is king. 10 minutes every day. And stay in that 60 to 70% zone.
Your challenge this week. Take any podcast episode or short video in English. Listen without subtitles just once. Do not translate, do not pause, just listen.
Then leave a comment and tell us, what did you notice? What felt easier? What felt hard? We read every single comment, and we are rooting for you, genuinely.
Thank you so much for being here today. You are doing something that takes real courage. If this episode was helpful, please subscribe, leave a like, and share it with someone who's learning English.
Until next time,
Train your ears
trust the process.
and know that every listen brings you closer.
Bye, everyone.
See you next episode.